Well, let's speak now to Yuriy Sak, advisor to the Minister of Strategic Industries of Ukraine. Thank you for coming on the programme.
Good evening, Louis. Thank you for having me.
Why has President Zelensky agreed to this?
Well, actually, it's quite strange, the reactions that we're getting, because in some way there was nothing new that was said today, because President Zelensky said a week ago that we are ready to sign the critical minerals deal. We are ready to declare ceasefire on land and on in this air and on the Black Sea. The only kind of really major difference tonight is that we've agreed, and we just followed the initiative of the US to extend the initiative that we had to include a sort of blanket ceasefire, both on land, in the air and on the Black Sea.
But isn't there one difference, just to jump in, isn't there one difference as well on top of that? Concerns about security guarantees. There was conversations about them needing to come before ceasefire, but that doesn't seem to be the case now.
No, actually, if we carefully listen to what was said immediately after the negotiations were over in Jeddah, we will hear that the American side reiterated a number of times that, security guarantees have been discussed and they understand that they will be important for a prosperous Ukraine in the future. But we have to understand that what was agreed today is not actually a ceasefire that takes effect immediately, unlike the resumption of aid and intelligence sharing. So what was agreed today was a ceasefire that will have to be endorsed or reciprocated by Russia. So we're all approaching a moment of truth, even though I think the whole world had a bit of a sigh of relief tonight, because, Ukraine and America seem to be again on the same page and hopefully on the same team. But we will have to wait and see how Russia responds.
And how do you view now the pause that the US put in place? You're an ally of the US, providing aid and intelligence, and the fact that they paused it at all. How do you view that now?
Well, if you compare these couple of days of pause to half a year that we had last year, when the Congress was, delaying the voting for this supplementary support bill, we were ready for it, and we understand that, it's a very complex negotiating process with a lot of moving parts. So, we were working very hard, actually, 24/7 with our American counterparties to make this happen, and it did tonight, and it's great because having this pause for a longer time could result in a precarious situation for Ukrainian soldiers on the front lines and for the peaceful cities across Ukraine.
Do you think Vladimir Putin will sign up to this?
That's a very good question, and of course we had a history of relations with this country that does not suggest any optimism. However, at the same time, we are at a stage and we want to end this war so much that we are even ready to put aside our skepticism and hope against hope. And, we've said before that Donald Trump has leverages. Donald Trump has cards. So we really want to hope that he will use those cards to persuade Russia and to achieve what he himself said many times: peace through force. So hopefully the next couple of days will show.
So what do you mean by Donald Trump has cards there? Are you talking further military support for Ukraine if Russia doesn't agree?
Further military support for Ukraine, one. More economic sanctions, two. Dealing properly with the shadow fleet that helps Russia and enables Russian oil trade, three. There's other possible leverages, real leverages that the US has that it can deploy to make it impossible for Russia to prosecute this war going forward. We've been saying all along that, it's an unwinnable war for Russia. But of course, with the US on board and with the US determined to use their leverages, it will be more realistic for us to achieve that objective.
Yuriy Sak, we always appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming on the programme.
Thank you. Thank you so much.